What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Climb Together podcast. I'm your host, Tony. Here with my co-host, Deception. Deception, say hi.
What up?
This is episode number 128 of the Climb Together podcast. Getting up there, continuing the grind, continually going up, and
Only been doing this for a little while.
only for a little while, almost 4 years. Actually, in like 3 months, it'll be 4 years. That's crazy. That's crazy. 4 years of us doing this podcast. Good times, good times. Anyway, continuing on the conversation kind of we were having before podcast today. Listen, man, I'm telling you, these mini burritos I think are now a new go-to because they're like super easy. It's literally just rice, chicken, seasoned with taco seasoning, like the pre-made stuff that you get from the store. Put some of that on there, put some smoked paprika. Mind you, I'm vegan, so like I didn't eat it, but the girls had it. Evelyn, was the chicken good? Yeah, did I do a good job? Should I make them like that again? Alright. She nodded. And then some salsa and some queso and some corn and beans. And I put some like spicy sauce on mine. And then some jalapenos. And it was just so, yeah. They were delicious. They were bussin'. So, definitely, it was quick and easy too. It took me like, maybe like 20 minutes to make them. Most of it was just cook time for all the stuff. Warming it up, cooking the chicken, making the rice. But, definitely great quick food idea for anyone that wants, you know, like a little. And then you can make a bunch of it too, and then you can just like warm up the stuff and make a buttload for like meal prep or something like that. Something I've been really big into is just meal prep recently. Makes things a lot easier.
Well, yeah, because then it's like you spend more time cooking one time to not have to spend any time cooking any other time.
Yeah, exactly. It's like great. It saves me so much time because I just cook the same thing just in bulk, and like then like you know they have like there's just the same lunches every single day, and then like being like a parent of like 2 kids, you have to cook a lot of food, and the thing is they like certain things and then they don't like certain things, and then you kind of have to adjust.
It feels weird hearing you be like being a parent of 2 kids.
It feels weird to say. It really does. I've talked about this on the podcast, yeah? Or are we people out of the loop? Oh, people are out of the loop. So I officially have primary custody of my 2 little sisters. I gained that earlier in the summer. So I've been that's why I haven't been streaming or making YouTube videos. I'm really doing anything other than just the podcast is because I've been really trying to figure out and navigate this new journey for myself. I mean, this was the plan after I graduated college anyway, but some things transpired, and I got them earlier than expected. But to be honest, I love it. It's hard, a lot of days. It's difficult figuring out the balance of things, and like you can't really put yourself first every single day, which is really I was just learning how to do again after being in a situation where I couldn't put myself first.
What do you know? That's your luck.
Yeah, so I was finally learning how to put myself first again, and I still do some days and for some things, but at the end of the day, what is best for them is what I try to do. So I mean, I'm still going to school. I'm finishing off my last year of college. They transferred schools. We kind of came to an agreement that they would transfer schools for a year until I finished college, because I think they understand how important it is for me to get this degree. You know, for those of you that know me, I mean, you're sure. Oh my Jesus, words. I'm sure you realize that like there's some points where I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it, or if I didn't want to do it. But when I turned 18, I definitely wasn't sure if I was going to get a college education, or even if I did, I wouldn't finish it. So the fact that I'm this close, like I can't give up now. And I really do love the college that I go to, and you know, I'm a esports club president, and I have a lot of really great opportunities here that I'm taking advantage of. What's up, Doc? What's up, Kidsy? And yeah, so I'm still going to school, just trying to balance everything. And I just quit one of my jobs actually yesterday. So I mean, you guys know me. I'm always doing like 17,000 things at once. So I was working 3 jobs all summer and taking care of these girls and just trying to navigate this new life. So I recently quit one of my jobs. It was the one that kind of made me work 40 hours every single week because I was making the least amount of money at that job and it was taking up the most amount of my time and it was the most stressful. So I decided to quit it yesterday. Debt collection's not fun. So now I'm back to just being boat captain Hannah, well, tonnage, boat captain tonnage, and then cooking at a restaurant too. So I'm still working like I was working 60 hours a week, give or take. Um, Now I'm working like 30. So I just cut my work time in like half. Now that I'm back in school, and so that's freed up a lot of my time to do this kind of stuff again, and to just be a better parent, and to really learn how to take care of them again. Because I did it my entire life, but I did it in a different way. Now I'm actually like fully responsible for them, every single day. Which honestly, this is what I wanted my life to be, and now this is what it is, and I couldn't be more happier. I have my girls, my two little sisters. I have my cat, and I've got a great roommate who is very accepting about my two sisters moving into our college apartment, and so life is good, and I have my podcast with my bestie, Deception, and my organization that I can now put more and invest more into now that I'm not working 60 hours a week, and I'm definitely not putting 30 hours into school. No fucking way. Y'all know me. I barely put in. There's no way I'm putting 30 hours of school a week. Like
30 hours a week in school's crazy.
There's no shot. There's like literally no shot. And like one of my classes is like an entrepreneurship class, and like literally part of it is like working on a business. So like, it's part of it. But sorry, I just can't get over the fact. Hey, I was in that. Yeah, well, I'm taking another one. I'm taking entrepreneurship ideation, which is just like coming up with ideas. So yeah, it's just like figuring out how to like properly find and solve problems, and create ideas to better the world. So yeah, that's that's kind of like catching you guys up. I forgot I really not have check messages. You can, I will. um yeah, it's a lot, but it's my life update. I've been kind of keeping it on the down low, just because I really I really don't know how things are gonna shake out. It's still kind of like, we're still going to court, and I'm still fighting for permanent custody, but things are looking good on my end, and the girls want to be here, so usually, when kids are older, it usually goes to like what they want, and to my knowledge, they want to be with me. So, right? Yeah. My sister's sitting across the room. She just shook her head. Yes.
Like, you still want to be with me, don't you?
You still want to live here, right? I haven't messed up that bad.
Don't hate me yet.
No, but yeah. So it's been my life. But I'm back now. I'm doing a lot better with it. I'm finally understanding what I need to do, and what they need, and just all that fun stuff.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
That's a huge adjustment to have to make.
Dude, I have no idea what the frick I'm doing. Like, I just got them registered for classes, and I'm like, just so you guys know, I like talk to the counselor. Just so you guys know, as you can tell, I'm not old enough to actually have birthed these two children. I don't know what I'm doing, so bear with me. And they're like, yeah, we got you. Don't worry. And I'm like, cool. That's what I like to hear. So, we're doing it. It's a good and like all my friends, like a bunch of my friends have met the girls, and they're very like welcoming. They're like, oh yeah, like we want to hang out with them too, like da da da. So yeah, good stuff. Anyway, let's get into the podcast. That's my life update. Um, for you guys, just kind of like where I'm at and where I've been and where I'm going, past, present, and
That was a
future.
good life update.
Thank you. It is a good life up. Like my life right now is really good actually. Like I like this is probably one of the best my life. Like this is one of the best my life has ever been. It's hard,
Yeah, I
but
was gonna say this is probably the best your life has been, at least in the last 3 or 4 years.
yeah. I mean, I'd have to go. I think the best my life has ever been was when I wasn't conscious of what was going on around me. Um, no. Yeah, like right now I think this is like this
I would say things were pretty good the first few months after I met you, but then
dude, you don't even know what was going
things
on.
went
It was
downhill pretty
bad.
fast.
It was bad. Not even like that situation. I'm talking like my home situation was just always bad. It was always a mess. It was very bad. Maybe one day I'll talk about it, but not today's not that day. But yeah, my life has kind of always been difficult. So now I'm kind of like finally I've worked really hard and it's paying off and I have my girls, I have my own apartment with a great roommate, have my cat who's she's not really like the nicest cat, but I love her. So I have, good jobs. I have good friends and I'm achieving things that I never thought I would achieve. So, and I'm happy. So life is
I
good.
feel that.
So life is good. And I lost like 45 pounds and I look like I just look so good. I look in the mirror every day and I'm like, damn, I'm hot. And then I continue on.
That's always good.
Yeah, no. I worked hard to get here though. I like taking really good care of myself. Like the veganism and working out all the time, like almost every single day. And eating really clean and drink like tea, like turmeric, ginger tea, which is really good for you too. I don't know. I'm just like, my life was so bad for a while that I just, one day I was just like, I'm tired of living like this. I changed everything about myself to put myself in a better spot, and it worked. So sometimes you just gotta take the first step and do the things that you need to do to change your life for the better, and it's worth it.
Yeah.
And I'm only 6 months out from that decision. That decision happened 6 months ago, to where I changed everything about my life that was not good, and I'm already doing so much better. So
It all happened so fast.
yep. And who knows where I'll be in a year from now? How much better it'll be.
I would say right now you're probably in a better spot than me.
I am.
I'm not saying that I'm not in a good spot, but I think you're doing a little better than me.
Well, I kind of had to. I kind of had to just.
True.
I was kind of forced to just pick my feet up and pick myself up and push myself forward, because no one was gonna be there for me otherwise. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Okay, let's really get into the podcast now. Enough sappy Hannah tonnage shit, and let's figure out what we're talking about today. So what should we talk about first? Their deception. Should we do roster mania yet, or should we talk about?
I really don't think there's that many updates.
No, but I do want to talk about the fact that all these players, like retired. Oh my god, all these retired
Dude,
players.
it's funny because it's starting to become a trend that like these people are saying that they're a free agent for the Black
Yeah,
Ops 7.
like look at it, like
It's funny.
like everyone's just like FA for Black Ops 7.
Dude, okay.
Zuma, Octane, like
So
retired.
we have to answer this question. How good do we think this team would be?
The four
Like,
of
what do
them.
we think? What do we think this team, if they were a team, how good would they be?
Mm. I think honestly, I feel like they would like
I,
they could hang. I don't know if they'd be the best,
I
but I
think
think they
that
could hang.
this team is like a maybe top 8 contender, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Top 8 to top 6, probably, if they're all in form. The thing is like Octane's gonna be good. I think Octane is arguably the best player on this team. Zuma, if he's back in form, I think Zuma would be good. I think he'd be definitely he'd be a threat. I think John is a little bit washed. John's prime was a lot earlier than a few of these people, so I think John might be he might be struggling a little bit. Nade Shot, on the other hand, I think it's over for him. I struggle to think that Nade in respawn gets more than 10 or 15 kills a map.
Mm-hmm.
I think Nade is the weak link on this team.
Yeah, I mean, I think, which is saying something, because when he was like, are we talking like prime player, or like are we talking just like as they are right now?
If these guys were in their prime, I think they'd be pretty good. But like, if we're talking like right now,
I feel like they could
like
hang.
if they were to play in their current form in Black Ops 7, Octane and Zuma would probably be good.
Yeah.
John, I think, would struggle a little bit. You'd see some cracks in his game compared to like when he was really good. Nade, yeah. Nade might, for some of the people in the CDL now, he might be a free kill.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if he really put in the work, I think he could manage. Cause he's still like, I feel like he still has like that like itch to be better.
Yeah, but like you got to think about his age. He's the oldest one of all these guys.
That's true.
And he never was that great. Like he was good, but like he was more of like a face of the league than like actually super skillful. Like he was good, obviously, because he was on Optic. I mean, but
yeah,
you even saw like once I got into Advanced Warfare, you could tell he was kind of the weak link of the team. He just wasn't quite as good as the other three. I mean, you got to think, because the other three were Scump, Crim, and Formal, but still.
I mean, when compared to like some of the best to ever play, it's like, yeah, it's like not even fair. You know, like it's just being like, oh yeah, like I don't know. It's like, oh yeah, like I'm really good at basketball, but like I play on like the team with like LeBron James, like he's just the first basketball player that came to my head that was a man. And let's just be like obviously like he's gonna be better than me, and like he's gonna be the better player, but doesn't mean I'm still not in the NBA, you know?
Yeah, Nade is probably better than any of us, like on this podcast or people that are watching. He's probably better than any of us could ever be. He'd probably destroy us.
Oh, for sure.
But like compared to the
ass.
people that are currently in the CDL in his current state, I think he would not perform that well. I think he could have his moments. I think he would work really hard and he would grind. And I think he could have his moments, because he had his moments a lot of times back when he was playing. But like even when he was playing, he was never like one of those guys that was super flashy making a really good play. It was like once in a blue moon you'd see a great Nade Shot play.
Yeah, but he was also like really like a team player too. Like he would always do what was best for the team in that moment, and he was a really good like just like he support player.
I think
Really.
he would help them a lot in S&D. I think
Yeah.
this team would be very formidable in S&D because all of them were good at S&D.
I agree. The first comment though is they truly wouldn't win a map all year.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but like
It was funny though.
I don't know. I feel like their absolute ceiling is probably like top 8.
Mm.
Like if they made champs, they'd be like a 7th or 8th seed.
Okay. Okay. I just think that's really funny. Really funny. What did we want to talk about today?
I mean, there isn't really like that much that's happened
I
outside
know.
of like
We can talk about this.
one of the big things that happened is that after the backlash that they received about Black Ops 7 having carrying forward, and people weren't exactly happy with the fact that we can play as Beavis and Butthead in Black Ops 7. They have walked that back and they've said that carry forward is not happening in Black Ops 7 when it comes to like multiplayer zombies, that stuff. It's still going to happen in Warzone, but you're not going to see the only thing you're going to see that carries forward in Black Ops 7 now is like the XP tokens, the gobble gums, that stuff. There's not going to be all the Black Ops 6 guns, all the skins, all that.
Okay. I feel like that's
Which I mean, some people like that, some people don't. I think it's probably better for the outlook of the game, at least in the short term, because then it's like it's actually going to be kind of like it's kind of going to be realistic to like what Black Ops 7 should be.
mm-hmm.
It's not going to be all outrageous looking cartoony skins, but like at the same time, it's like that's not to say that they're not going to do that like immediately. Like they said that we're not carrying forward, so we're not going to see that stuff before season 1. But like, who's to say that in season 1 and further on after that they do basically the same thing that they did in Black Ops 6 that didn't really resonate well with everybody?
Yeah. That's. I feel like I don't know. I feel like they really do like Call of Duty is like the only like FPS shooter to where like you can play as a freaking unicorn. like it's so.
I mean, in Black Ops 7 they had like the shark skin where it's not like, you're wearing a shark suit. It's legitimately a
your
shark.
fucking skin. It's like the Shark Boy,
Like,
Lava Girl. Like
it is a shark. Like it's not a shark costume. It's not a shark like it's an actual shark. You're a shark that has arms and legs and is carrying a gun. And then like they had like the American Dad stuff that came out, the Beavis and Butthead stuff that came out, and I feel like I know that like lately they've been doing that kind of stuff, and it's been there's the shark. But like lately that kind of stuff has been almost the norm. I mean, I would say some of the big collabs started in like Cold War, but I feel like this season in Black Ops 6 I feel like they went a little too far.
Like what the fuck is this? Like what is this?
Yeah, like these skins were kind of the start. They were kind of crazy. You saw like I saw that down there, the Nicki Minaj. That one's cool. I don't think that one's too far out of the ordinary.
I think Nicki Minaj is a good pick. Like that and like Snoop Dogg.
Like the celebrity skins, I don't think are that far out of the ordinary. But then you have stuff like the American Dad stuff and the Beavis and Butthead skins, where it's literally just like
and then there's this fucking chameleon.
It's a cell shaded cartoon character in a realistic looking COD game, and it's like, okay, that's a little. That's a little crazy.
This one right here freaks me out.
That one's scary. I actually hadn't even seen that one. That one's kind of nuts.
I don't like that one.
But like you like look at the see if you can find the American Dad and the Beavis and Bud stuff, because that stuff just like when you see it, you're just like, this does not look like it makes sense. Like, this does not look like it belongs here.
Is it this one?
That stuff was kind of cool. I kind of like those skins. I think those are probably the craziest skins that I think a lot of people would accept. Is like these. But like the really cartoony stuff that just does not look like it. I don't know. It it's kind of weird. Yeah, like look at that. Look at the picture of them on Skyline. Like this does not. It doesn't look. It doesn't look like it makes sense at all.
It's such a Fortnite like way of like adding skins. You know, when they added like the anime skins.
And this was the first one where they really were like, where people were like, okay, we don't want this. And then they put the American Dad thing in there, which looks even crazier because like the guy's like the guy's face and his head is just massive. And like, I think that's what a lot of people were worried about with Black Ops 7 is like, you would be seeing this stuff on day one, and it's like, I think the thing that people were concerned about, which is, and this is valid, is that if we saw this stuff on day one of Black Ops 7, the game would not have like any identity at all.
No.
And I think that's why I think it was a good decision that they walked it back. They were like, okay, we're not carrying forward. Okay.
Mhm.
Because granted, like I understand that people bought these skins. The only thing that I would probably say, and I've heard this suggested by a few people, the only thing that I would say that might be better than not carrying forward is I wish there was an option in the game where you could filter out non-immersive skins. Like imagine if you had like a an on and off button where it was like if you turned off immersive skins, then people that were wearing these skins would just be wearing like one of the default skins or whatever. I feel like that might be better, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that the bulldog one. The bulldog one's kind of funny. The zombie's cool. A lot of people are talking about the zombie skins. I like the zombie ones.
Mhm.
The bulldog is crazy though.
Yeah. And you've got the Ninja Turtles and
The Ninja Turtles, I don't think were that bad. I think that's one that I think it was a little more positively favored.
I think that was should be like that was like the extreme that they should have gone. Cuz they did do like the
Yeah,
realistic ones. They didn't do like the full cartoon like guys, which
yeah, and I think that's why people like those because
Mhm.
they actually looked like they did in the movies, and they weren't like all cell shaded cartoony.
Mhm. So it's something that I think they should keep in mind. They're getting a little too crazy with these skins in my opinion.
Well, and the thing about this too is just also this whole them walking this decision back. It shows that they have seen what Battlefield has said, or Battlefield said that they weren't going to be doing skins like this, and that the skins there were going to be cool looking skins, but they were going to stay within the bounds of like what they want the game artistically to look like. They weren't going to go super off the rails with them,
Mhm.
and I think that COD saw that Battlefield said that, and that people liked that. And when they saw the backlash, and people were all like, I don't want this. I'd rather go play Battlefield. They were like, okay, we need to rethink this.
Yeah. At least they like learn. At least they're like you know, I that's one of the things that we talked about is just like how Battlefield is going to have like a positive impact on other FPS games is like being a top
It's
competitor.
gonna have a positive impact on everything because it's like in anything, it's like having competition is an all around W for the consumer, no matter
Mhm.
what kind of competition it is.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be good. It'll push each game to be better and do better to be the best for the game, and it'll be best for like all the players, and just I think we'll get a better COD experience overall, and
That
a
is a
better Battlefield.
crazy headline by GameSpot. Pot smoking lizard.
Yeah, dude, literally what
But
it is
yeah,
though.
I mean, it's like the competition I think the Battlefield is going to bring is going to be great for both games because I really hope that with what they have talked about, because like Battlefield even talked about their matchmaking and how they said that they are 100% prioritizing ping first. And when I play the game, I can tell you that that's absolutely true. That it's not like COD where it's like, oh, if we don't get you in a high ping lobby in like 2 minutes, we're gonna throw you in a lower one or whatever. Um, Battlefield, granted, there were a lot of people playing, so this might not fully reflect it, but like when I search for games on Battlefield, even when they had the search function where you could search for specific modes and maps and filter them, I would still get in games within like 10 seconds. I don't remember the last time I got in a game in 10 seconds on COD.
Yeah. You're
So like,
sitting
and they've
there.
talked about that with the matchmaking. They talked about how they want to get you in a game quick, and they want to. Battlefield does have some skill-based matchmaking, but they said that they want people to have fun more than anything.
Like, I want to play
So
as
they are
many
monitoring
games.
it.
Yeah, I want to play as many games in the time that I have available to play the game as possible. You know, like
Yeah, that's what a lot of people want. Is like whether they keep skill-based matchmaking or not. If ping is king and you get in games really quick, I think that makes the skill-based matchmaking have less of an impact.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like a good amount of the struggle that people have with the skill-based matchmaking in COD is the fact that you have to sit here for like 2 minutes to get in a game, and then you're sweating for 10 minutes in the game, and then you have to wait 2 more minutes to get in another game. And it's like I feel like people would be more okay with the sweating if they could get in a game in like 5 seconds, like they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember like in Black Ops 2, you'd get in games in like 5 seconds tops. Like it was quick. But and that's the thing about the competition though, is like who knows? COD has started talking about their skill based matchmaking, but they haven't said they were going to make changes. They kind of within the last couple of years they've like laid out how it works. Um, some things that they've said I don't know if I fully agree with or if it's fully truthful, but I part of me hopes that if people see how good the matchmaking was in Battlefield, and people talk a lot about how good the matchmaking is, I hope that COD looks at it and they're like, okay, hold on, we might need to adjust our matchmaking a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure they will eventually. Hopefully, if they were smart, they would. We'll see how smart they are.
If they were smart, but I don't know.
They haven't really. I don't know.
They
I
haven't
think
really done anything with the matchmaking outside of the couple tests they did in MW3, where like for a few days there wasn't any skill based matchmaking and all that.
it was short lived.
Yeah, we'll see. It's just, I do think it's really good that a lot of people are talking about how much they like Battlefield and how they'll probably buy Battlefield over COD and whatnot. Because it's like now it's COD is kind of forced their hand now. They're like, oh, we can't just put out garbage every year and get away with it because there's no other good FPS to play.
Yeah. We will see. We will see. Let's think here. I mean, there's a lot of stuff when it comes to Black Ops 6, but we were gonna push, kind of saving that all for one full video, like one full podcast, kind of talking about that kind of stuff. Be a Black Ops 7, and then also just excuse me. What am I trying
Really,
to say?
this is like, in terms of
WrestleMania.
us mainly talking about COD, this is one of the worst times of year for the podcast because like
There isn't really
we're in
much,
this
dude.
period now where we're in between so many different things. Like
Mm,
Black Ops 6 is still going on. There's still season 5 reloaded left. Or there's still season 6 to do. It's like there's still realistically there's still stuff in Black Ops 6 for content, but like I mean, it's basically over. Like I don't think a whole ton of people are going to care that much about nobody really has cared too much about season 5 to season 6 of any
mm-hmm.
COD. Season 4 is usually like the last big season. And outside of like Cold War for zombies when Forsaken dropped in season 6. And then like like the last Reckoning, the last zombies map of Black Ops 6 dropped in season 5. It's like outside of like maybe some zombie stuff or for the people that super grind multiplayer, it's like, oh, you still got a few weapons to get, whatever. But like, I wouldn't say it's as exciting as the first 3 to 4 seasons usually.
Yeah.
Usually, especially season 6s, have really been lackluster since they've started doing this system with the seasons and the battle passes and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, we're just in between a bunch of stuff because it's like COD Champs is done, EWC is done. So for the CDL side, it's like we're kind of in a lull because it's like, well, there's uh, no competitive COD being played. Roster Mania is at a standstill because that always happens after the initial wave of everybody announcing them being free agents. Usually nothing happens in between then and the game coming out. I would, like I said before, I would not expect anything to happen anytime soon. Black Ops 7 comes out November 14th, so I wouldn't expect until probably mid to late October for there to be any major developments.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's just not a lot going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're kind of just in the middle. It's like even with Black Ops 7, it's like we got a pretty good reveal, to be honest, at Gamescom. I thought they revealed more than I thought they would. But we're still not at COD Next yet. COD Next is not till September 30th, so we've got basically a whole month of basically nothing unless there's some leaks that come out. There's really nothing. So as people that mainly talk about COD, this is a very interesting position that we're in every year.
Yeah. Just kind of like, what do we talk about? I don't know. Try to find things that are interesting, and then it's just like, well, that's pretty much it. I mean, we talked about everything that was interesting. And then I think like EWC is coming to a close pretty soon, or has it come to a close? I don't know. I'm really just
EWC is over.
EWC's over.
It's been
Well,
over.
who won? Who won overall? I think
Falcons won the team championship, I think.
again. They won last year too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Wow. Nice. EWC is just like such. I honestly am so glad that this like it has like taken off. You know.
I would say the only major event with COD we have left is World Series of Warzone, but I mean, with how Warzone has been represented at EWC, I don't really know. I don't, at least personally, I don't really think World Series of Warzone is that important anymore.
Oh no.
Like, as an event, like, so the first couple World Series of Warzone before EWC was a thing, I thought they were great. I thought they were huge events. Like, it was awesome. But like, ever since EWC started and they put Warzone and Black Ops 6 in there, I would say EWC is definitely good for the CDL. I don't know if I'd put it over Champs yet. Champs has just got way too much pedigree right now. But for World Series at Warzone, which hadn't been an event for very long, EWC knocked it out of the park.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, it's great. So like, as far as World Series of Warzone is concerned, like I don't want to say I don't care about it, but I'm like my excitement level for World Series of Warzone is not extremely high after how good EWC was.
Agreed.
Like I feel like if you want World Series of Warzone to be good and to be exciting, you need to do it before EWC. Them doing it this late, I don't know if that was a good decision.
Yeah, it's just like it's the hype was there, and now it's over. And now they're like trying to like bring it back again, and it's just like, is it really worth it? Is it
Yeah,
not
because like
worth it?
EWC was awesome. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, fantastic event, venue, crowd, like everything. Everything about EWC was great. And like I don't think you're gonna top that with World Series of Warzone. I don't know if there's anything you can do.
I don't think so either. Je ne sais pas. But it's just that's just such a great event too. Um, yeah.
I think World Series of Warzone might be a little bit like a little bit hyped because of like they still have the solo YOLO tournament. They don't do that at EWC.
Mm-mm.
And that's really fun because the stakes in the solo YOLO are so high because first place gets like whatever the prize pool is. I don't remember if it's like 100K or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like the reason why the stakes are so high is because only the winner gets money.
Oh, that's
The winner
right.
gets the entire prize pool, and even if you finish second and just narrowly lost the gunfight to the winner, you got nothing.
It's intense.
And I think that's why it's so good. I'm excited for that still. But like the big team tournament, it's really difficult because I just feel like at World Series of Warzone, unless some team pulls an optic and has just practiced so much and has gotten so much better and they take over, I just feel like in the team side of it, I feel like you're just going to see more of the same. It's just going to be like a replay of EWC on a smaller stage.
I mean, who knows? Maybe a lot of teams learned some things from EWC and were able to put in the practice and maybe we'll see some
I will say
different
the
different
outcome of
results.
EWC was surprising. Like the team that won, the actual players, I don't think it was that shocking. But like I watched the Warzone event in EWC and it was very exciting. It was
Mm.
it was very exciting and shocking to see some of the things that were happening. Especially the fact that until the very end, EU showed up big time.
Oh yeah.
EU for the longest portion of that event was dominating. And I think that came as a shock because I feel like the last few years of Warzone have just been NA dominated. Kind of like the first few years of the competitive COD. It kind of took the same track. It was like NA dominated, EU wasn't really that great. But first part of that event, EU was doing great, but then the NA guys brought it back.
Yeah. NA, 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 NA,
Oh,
NA.
one thing that speaking of EWC, one really fun thing that they announced is every 2 years, starting next year, they're gonna do a nations event where they split teams into countries rather than
Oh, that's cool. So like the
that's
Olympics.
gonna be fun. Yeah, it's basically gonna be the esports Olympics,
That's
which is
awesome.
I think that's gonna be really fun to watch.
That's where the real rival, like that's where the real like bands are gonna come through because people are gonna be like, yeah, well, like I'm from this country, so it's kind of like it's gonna have like the similar hype to the Olympics in that aspect, and
Yeah,
you're just gonna root for your country.
it's gonna be really eye opening too. I think because whereas America and like the U.S. specifically usually dominates the Olympics for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
and they're kind of a force in every sport that they do. I feel like America and the like NA and the US aren't as dominant in esports.
No, they're not.
I feel like other countries are going to give them a serious run for their money when it comes to like the overall placings.
I agree.
So I think if you're somebody that likes the competition and not the US just dominating everything, you'll probably like EWC and what the Nations Cup brings.
Agreed. It's gonna be cool. I'm excited. Actually, that's awesome. All right. Deception. Do you have anything else you want to talk about tonight?
I don't think so. I mean, like I said, it's just we're just in between so many events, and we're
We're in a
kind of just
lull.
sitting here.
We're in a lull right now. Um, maybe next week we'll do we'll go back to our roots and do like a tips and tricks kind of thing. Um, or kind of like give like a game plan on like
Or like a
what.
totally random podcast.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll do cause like we're gonna be like revamping and reinvigorating the syndicate and my like I'm gonna be redoing some of my stuff for my personal things and kind of like really focusing on YouTube instead of streaming. So maybe we could do kind of an episode kind of talking about that and kind of like be like transparent in the process and why we're doing what we're doing, kind of like a precursor to a possible other thing that we have talked about in the past. Sorry, I'm trying not to be leakage right now, but yeah, it's difficult. I'll tell you more. I'll be more specific after the stream. Stream.
I was gonna say that's why we got to get out of here. We can't.
Yeah, I gotta.
We can't let the podcast go on too long, or you'll start leaking.
Yeah, then I'll start saying things that I'm not supposed to be saying yet, and da 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 da, and whatever. Anyway, yeah. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Climb Together podcast. I've been your host Tonage Corp, here with my co-host Deception. Deception, say bye.
Bye.
If you guys did enjoy the podcast, make sure you guys follow us both on Twitch at twitch.tv/tonage_scorp and twitch.tv/deception276. If you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and like the video. And go ahead and, whether you guys are watching on Twitch or on YouTube, go ahead and watch some of the previous podcast episodes. We talk about a lot of different things here. Take a trip down memory lane and see our thoughts on some of the things that have happened in the past. And, yeah, so thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.